Honorable Chancellor, sir, Chancellor of the Universities, Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Justice Sri Abdul Nazeer Sahab, Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development, Sri Nara Lokesh Garu, esteemed Vice Chancellors, distinguished senior administrative officials, Sri Buditi Rajsekar Garu, Sri Kona Shashidhar Garu, distinguished academicians, vice chairpersons, academicians, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of great privilege to warmly welcome you all to this Vice Chancellors Conference. Today's gathering brings together the leadership of our universities at an important juncture when higher education is being called upon to respond to new aspirations, new challenges, and new opportunities. It also reflects that shared responsibility in nurturing institutions that shape minds, character, and the future. It's a matter of great honor for us to have the Honorable Chancellor, Sri Justice Abdul Nazeer Garu, as chief guest of this conference. In all our interactions with universities and students, he has gently but firmly reminded us that higher education must go beyond instruction to inspire innovation, uphold values, and prepare students for the rapidly changing future. This inspires the direction for institutional growth. We are equally honored by the gracious presence and the leading light, Honorable Minister for Human Resource Development and our distinguished guest of honor, Sri Nara Lokesh Garu. His vision and leadership have brought renewed energy and fresh momentum to the higher education ecosystem. He is clear in encouraging universities to connect learning with skills, research with relevance, and governance with performance, so that every graduate that emerges should be confident, capable, and prepared to contribute to the society and the economy. This provides a strong framework for meaningful reform. As we begin this conference today, I briefly present the journey of AP State Council of Higher Education. Sir, APSHI, since its establishment, has worked as the apex coordinating and advisory body, supporting universities and the government in ensuring planned growth, academic coherence, and quality enhancement across the higher education system of our state. Over the years, its efforts have evolved from streamlining systems to supporting outcome-oriented education, innovation, employability, and institutional performance. In fact, it has been strengthening the curriculum reforms, academic planning, student-focused initiatives, and admission systems. Sir, today's conference offers us an opportunity to learn from one another and move forward together with clarity and purpose. And this is a moment of alignment, aligning vision with actions, leadership with responsibility, and aspirations with outcomes. On behalf of the Government of Andhra Pradesh and the State Council, I respectfully thank the Honorable Chancellor and the Honorable Minister for their guidance and inspiration with their gracious presence at this important conference. I am confident that today's deliberations will help strengthen our universities and reaffirm their role as engines of progress for Andhra Pradesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Now, address by Sri Kona Shashidhar IAS, Secretary to Government, Higher Education Department. Please.
His Excellency, Chancellor and Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Abdul Nazeer Garu, Honorable Minister for Human Resource Development, IT Electronics and RTG, Sri Nara Lokesh Garu, Special Chief Secretary Agriculture, Sri Rajshekar Garu, Professor K. Madhumurthy Garu, Chairman APSHE, Secretaries of Health, Secretary Endowments, Commissioner Collegiate Education, Vice Chancellors of 27 state public universities, and Vice Chairmen of APSHE. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to His Excellency Honorable Governor. Sir, your presence here is a testament to the priority you accord to education. It sends a powerful message to the academic community that the highest office in the state stands firmly behind their efforts to transform our state public universities. We are grateful for your mentorship, sir. To realize Vision Swarnandhra 2047, Andhra Pradesh, under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, is moving full steam ahead in all the sectors and becoming the fastest growing state in the country. Higher education significantly contributes to such growth and to such economic development in the state by enhancing human capital, fostering innovation, and enabling social mobility. Andhra Pradesh has 19 lakh students studying in 22 state public universities, 11 private universities, 5 deemed universities, 10 sectoral universities, 3 central universities, 10 institutes of national importance, along with 2,602 affiliated colleges renowned for quality education. While our state public universities are doing better than the national average in certain areas like gross enrollment ratio, APAR IDs, internships, etc., there is still a lot of distance to cover. They are facing significant challenges in terms of staff vacancies, quality infrastructure, and global competitiveness. It is imperative that our state public universities overcome the limitations and catch up with the pace with which our state is growing to realize our vision of Swarnandhra. In this context, I would like to thank our Honorable Minister for Human Resource Development, Sri Nara Lokesh Garu, who understood the need for today's conference and was instrumental in organizing it. He has in fact conceptualized and initiated a transformative journey called Learning Excellence in Andhra Pradesh, LEAP, to transform education from KG up to PG. LEAP aims to transform education at all levels with targets and key performance indicators to position Andhra Pradesh among the top 3 states in the India Innovation Index by 2029 and make Andhra Pradesh as the most reliable source for future skilled workforce. The targets are bold for us, but they are achievable if we act decisively from now onwards. As Secretary of Higher Education Department, I deal with the affairs of 22 state public universities, whereas my esteemed colleagues present here from Agriculture, Health and Endowments Department look after the affairs of sectoral universities. The solutions to the state's myriad challenges must emerge from our campuses. However, of late, we are witnessing a trend of state public universities giving away space to private universities thanks to various factors. While private initiative is welcome, we need to reboot and align our entire approach to stay relevant and regain our position in the higher education space. Here, I want to highlight 3 specific areas that require a deep dive, and responsibility for improvement in these areas rests squarely on our shoulders together. Close to 60% of seats in our colleges are vacant. Graduate unemployment is at 20%. Only 2 of state public universities rank in the NRF top 100. What do we do about it? These numbers are not just statistics, they are a wake-up call. As Mahatma Gandhi said, the future depends on what you do today. Vice Chancellors are the torchbearers of the expected change. It requires each of us present here to champion reforms, mentor our teams, and hold ourselves accountable for outcomes with key performance indicators at the university level. Since His Excellency and the Honorable Minister would dwell on the subject more without taking much further time, I would like to take this opportunity to assure His Excellency and the Honorable Minister on behalf of all the Vice Chancellors and the AP State Council for Higher Education that we will work hard and leave no stone unturned to realize the vision of the government. I also assure you, sir, that by the next Vice Chancellors Conference, we will show significant progress on all the key performance indicators of Higher Education Department. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Now it is the address by Honorable Minister Nara Lokesh Garu, Minister for HRD, Government of Andhra Pradesh.
Respected Honorable Governor and Chancellor of State Public University, Sri S. Abdul Nazeer Garu, distinguished Vice Chancellors of all public universities, APSHI Chairperson Professor K. Madhumurthy Garu, Vice Chairpersons, Secretaries of various departments, Burti Rashekar Garu, Hari Jawaharlal Garu, Kuna Shashtar Garu, Anantaram Garu. I'm really honored to address this August gathering at a moment of profound importance for public universities in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish on behalf of the Honorable Government, the Governor of Andhra Pradesh, a very happy birthday, sir. On your birthday, you have taken time out to be with us. It clearly shows your commitment, your dedication to strengthening public universities here. The Honorable Governor, Sri Abdul Nazeer Garu, comes with deep commitment to justice, constitutional values, equity and education. When I first became the minister and I called on the Honorable Governor, Sir was very clear. He gave me a clear mandate that we should make state public universities proud again. You know, his career is a clear reflection of discipline, integrity, and what determination can achieve, and stands as a role model for the youth of Andhra Pradesh. Sir is a shining example to every student of what courage and character can actually deliver. Personally, I'm deeply indebted to the Honorable Governor, sir, for being my philosopher and guide. Sir, I'd like to thank your guidance whenever I meet you and your words of wisdom that continue to lead this department forward. This conference is not a routine meeting, nor is it merely a review of administrative progress. It is a collective pause to reflect, reset, and reimagine the future of our public universities. Institutions that shape not just careers, but the intellectual and moral foundations of our society. Universities are the highest expressions of civilization's commitment to knowledge. They determine whether a state merely produces graduates or creates thought leaders, innovators, scholars, and responsible citizens. Vice Chancellors are not merely administrators, they are academic leaders, reform champions, and custodians of public trust. Andhra Pradesh stands at a critical juncture. Demographic advantage, technological disruption, and global competition demand a new university ecosystem. The government of Andhra Pradesh views its public universities as strategic partners in the state's transformation into a knowledge-driven society. Let me give you a few unsettling reflections from my Padayatra. I use it as my benchmark or my guiding principle. I met the youth of Andhra Pradesh. I've understood their aspirations. Majority of them have certificates in their hands, but are as confused as they were when they entered higher education as they exited. Lack of clarity in terms of their career, lack of clarity in terms of what are the opportunities that the world has to offer is something that I could see. Many of them are first generation learners. Many of them come from rural backgrounds. All of them had degrees, but they still have uncertainty in their eyes. And all of them ask me this question. I have studied with great sincerity. I am here. But where do I belong now? What is my future? You know, when I was asked by the Honorable Chief Minister on the options of portfolios, as a minister, I personally requested that I be given HRD, because I believe that this is the portfolio where true transformation can actually happen. And this portfolio can not only shape the future of youth, but actually make them leaders of not only our great land, but also global leaders. So when I met the Honorable HRD Minister in Government of India, Dharmendra Pradhan ji, he jokingly said that this is the first time he has seen a political heavyweight being given HRD. And I merely stated to sir that this is the importance and seriousness with which we are treating the entire HRD ecosystem in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I want to focus on 5 core issues in higher education. First is what is taught and what is needed. The issue of relevance deficit. Access without quality education is the challenge we are seeing today. Obsolete and static curriculum is the second challenge that I personally have seen. And a low global competitiveness in our degrees. As all of you know, I'm lucky to have an MBA from Stanford University, and recently I hosted Stanford alumni and current students over a dinner. And to my surprise, I got to know that Stanford, the Graduate School of Business, which runs the MBA program, revised its entire curriculum all over again. So they did this when I was part of, when I was doing my MBA there. They did it once and they're doing it all over again. Now, how many times have we done this reset? It's not mere improvement, it is a reset of their curriculum. So I would request all Vice Chancellors to look at this. Second challenge is degrees without livelihoods. Poor internship, apprenticeship and placement system. There's no credibility for the degrees that we are awarding. And there's a complete academic isolation from the industry that we today struggle with. Third is our publications without purpose. Research, innovation and knowledge impact gap continues. Research quantity is focused more than on the impact of the research that is being done. Weak innovation and startup ecosystems in our institutions. Poor IPR, patenting and commercialization is the other challenge I see under this bucket. Fourth is administration over academics. Inordinate time is going to focus on administration and not on academics. I understand that we are going through a phase of governance, leadership and faculty challenges in our institutions. I understand that these are not decisions taken by us. There are some legacy decisions that are haunting us. But these are challenges and we need to build on it. And all of us have to give more time towards academic rigor. We have to spend time to motivate our faculty, build capacity, and ensure that decisions that we take are driven by data and not merely past precedences or practices. The fifth bucket I'd like us to think about is universities where students endure, where students experience equity and sustainability is very, very important. Currently, I truly believe that poor student mentoring and well-being and support is our challenge. Greater emphasis has to come here. Financial stress and unsustainable funding models continue to have challenges on our institutions. So we have to learn to at least start on the journey of financial independence. All of your institutions have created world-class talent. Their CEOs who are heading Fortune 500 companies, Andhra University in particular, should be singled out for it. So we have to tap into that network. We have to build financial independence. And this is something I would request all of you to look at it. Definitely regional, social, gender imbalances is another area that we need to focus on. I believe that higher education today suffers from these 5 structural gaps: quality without relevance, degree without employability, research without impact, autonomy without leadership, and access without equity. So I sincerely hope that today's VC conference shall at least start on the journey of addressing these core issues. I believe that merely one conference is not enough. Consistently, on a systemic manner, under the leadership of the Honorable Chancellor, we have to continue to focus on this. I also want to quickly propose a few solutions here. One is, of course, academic quality and relevance. Greater focus on what is being taught and what is needed. So greater industry connect for leaders who are here, who have met me multiple times. Universities that I've visited, I've always focused on this in all my talks. We have to reimagine our university syllabus for the next changed decade. And today, knowledge is changing fast. It doubles rapidly. Careers are changing over time. 80% of the jobs that are going to get created in the next decade are in sectors that are yet to be discovered. Those are the kind of challenges that we as academicians are being faced. So we need to tune our entire academic rigor in that focus. And quality should also be measured in what a student can understand, apply, and I believe, very important, is to question. The culture of questioning, challenging one's ideas, is something that is very, very important. If we continue to teach outdated content, we do not merely waste time. We betray trust of our children. Universities must therefore update their curriculum relentlessly, embrace multidisciplinary learnings, align teaching with real-world relevance, and relevance here is our collective responsibility. The second bucket is employability, skills, and industry integration. Degrees must lead to dignity of work. I like to say, as is shared in my Padayatra, where children have graduated out of our institutions, did not get jobs, while they went to Amirpet. I'm sure all of you know where Amirpet is. They will go to Amirpet, 4 months training, and they're able to find a job. So this is the kind of disconnect that we have, and this is something that we need to focus. This gap is not the student's failure, it is our institutional failure. And this is the area that we need to overcome. Universities must stop functioning as isolated islands of theory. They must become bridges between learning and livelihoods. And this is something I would request all the Vice Chancellors to take a hard look at it. And internships, apprenticeships, industry designed courses, alumni mentoring are no longer optional or add-ons. I believe that they are going to be a core to our entire academic responsibility. Third bucket is research, innovation, and knowledge impact, moving from publications to purpose. So research is the soul of a university, but let us be honest, if research remains confined to journals, only few read it and very few use it. So we must also ask ourselves, whom are we serving? True purpose of research is not promotion but problem solving. Water stress, climate vulnerability, agriculture productivity, value chains, public health, nutrition challenges, urbanization, sustainability. These are the challenges that we now need to solve. And universities must respond not as spectators but as solution builders. Innovation, startup, patents, and technology transfers are not distractions from academia. They are extensions of our academic responsibility. I was asked this question in any admissions event I do on behalf of Stanford University. They asked me, why Stanford? And the major reason I keep saying is that one, we attract global talent, but the second is there's greater learning outside of classroom than there is in the classroom. So a lot of conversations that I had with my peer group, a lot of the learnings, cultural learnings that I have gained was outside the classroom, over a lunch, over a dinner, while we used to drive from one class to other class or walk from one classroom to the other classroom. So these are things that we need to build more and more in our institutions. The fourth bucket is, of course, governance, leadership, and faculty excellence. No institution can rise above the quality of leadership. To all the Vice Chancellors here, all of you know, under the leadership of the Honorable Chancellor, the process of appointment was done in a very transparent manner because we believe in your background, the academic rigor, the focus that you will bring to these great institutions. I understand that, there will be routines, there will be files, but you have to rise beyond that. You have to rise beyond that to become custodians of academic consciousness and drivers of transformation. Autonomy does not mean absence of accountability. I think they're very clear words. As all of you are aware, it means freedom to excel and courage to decide. This is very, very important to us. And faculty is going to be very core and heart to our entire reform process. So it's very important to engage with them, talk to them, coordinate with them, and ensure that excellence is recognized and not mediocrity. And we must ask a few questions. Are our best teachers being enabled? Are decisions being guided by data or by habit? Strong universities are built not on control, but on trust, transparency, and leadership clarity. Last bucket I like to touch upon is student experience, equity, and sustainability. Universities are where students actually experience. It's very important that students should feel supported, not intimidated, mentored, not abandoned, inspired, not anxious. Mental well-being, mentoring, digital access, and inclusion are no longer peripheral concerns. They are central to academic success. At the same time, universities must be financially sustainable, diversify resource, engage alumni, and serve regional development needs. A university that ignores students experiences risk of becoming irrelevant, no matter how old or prestigious it is. So I would request all Vice Chancellors to also designate open house program where at least a few hours a week you spend time interacting with students. You can create it as a structured program, unstructured program, but greater interaction is what is very, very important. I think we have a lot to learn from students today. They come with a lot of ideas, they understand the challenges, they know the solutions. We as leaders should only focus on implementing those solutions. I believe that these 5 reforms that I'm proposing are not separate agendas, they are one unified truth. Quality without relevance is hollow. Degrees without employability are unjust. Research without impact is empty. Autonomy without leadership is dangerous. And access without equity is incomplete. So I'd request all the Vice Chancellors to spend some time to ensure that you personally track and deliver on these key buckets. And as we have said, today there's a clear agenda in front of us. Few of you have come prepared with presentations on how you believe we, as a larger ecosystem, can work together, learn from each other, engage, and definitely create world-class state universities. I would like to repeat, world-class public universities. This is the core. This was the clear mandate given to me by our Honorable Chancellor, sir, when I met him. He said, I want world-class state universities, world-class public universities. And all of us together only can achieve it. And the choices we make today will shape not just institutions, but the confidence of an entire generation. Our responsibility is not just to award certificates, but to shape capable professionals, confident citizens, and ethical leaders. Let history say that this was the moment when universities chose purpose over comfort, reform over routine, and leadership over complacency. So finally, your autonomy will be protected, excellence will be rewarded, and accountability will be enforced. And I would like to assure the Honorable Chancellor, sir, under your leadership, we will work together to make our state public universities proud and make you proud personally, sir. I have taken it to heart, the feedback that you've always shared with me. As I've said, you are my philosopher, you are my guide, sir, and we will make you proud. We have started on our journey, and rest assured, by the time we come to the next conference, we will deliver on what have been discussed today, and we look forward to hearing from you, sir. Thank you very much for this amazing opportunity. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Honorable Chancellor and Governor of Andhra Pradesh, His Excellency Justice Abdul Nazeer Garu.
Shri Nara Lokesh Garu, Minister of IT and HRD, Shri Buditi Rajshekar, ex officio Special Chief Secretary to Government, Shri Kona Shashidhar, Secretary to Government Education, Professor K. Madhumurthy, Chairman, Andhra Pradesh State Council of Higher Education, distinguished Vice Chancellors, academicians, ladies and gentlemen, Andariki Namaskaram. I am pleased to be with you all here today at this important gathering of academic leadership. This conference provides a valuable opportunity to reflect on where higher education in Andhra Pradesh stands today, and more importantly, to consider how we can collectively strengthen it for the future. Over the years, Andhra Pradesh has built a wider and inclusive higher education system. With large number of universities and colleges spread across the state, access to higher education has expanded significantly. Many young people, particularly from rural and first generation learner background, are today able to aspire to university education because of this equitable growth. The increasing participation of women in higher education is also a positive and encouraging trend. However, it should be noted that state's literacy rate stands lowest at 72.6%. I'm sorry to say this, 72.6% compared to the national average of 80.9% according to a report of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation for 2023-24. This underscores the importance of addressing equitable access to educational opportunities for children of rural and agency areas. One of the most critical indicators for assessing the state of higher education is the gross enrollment rate, GER, which reflects the population of students enrolled in higher education relative to the population of the relevant age group. In our state, the overall GER stands at 36.5, which is above the national average of 28.4, maintaining a gender parity index of 0.93, which reflects near equitable participation of women in higher education, which is a sign of progress. While the achievements deserve recognition, we must also acknowledge that the next phase of progress must focus on depth, quality, and relevance. Expansion has laid the foundation. Excellence must now define our direction. The higher education in the country is undergoing a tectonic shift with the implementation of National Education Policy 2020, laying out a vision for a remarkable transformation in India's higher education landscape by 2040. Quality is the cornerstone of any strong higher education system. It is reflected in the learning experience of students, the competence of graduates, and the credibility of research and the reputation of institutions. Our universities are at different stages of academic maturity. I once again read this. Our universities are at different stages of academic maturity. Some have earned national recognition, while others are still strengthening their academic and research capabilities. This diversity calls for a shared commitment to continuous improvement, enhancing teaching practices, investing in faculty development, updating curricula, and encouraging research-oriented thinking are essential steps in this journey. As per India Rankings 2025, out of 25 state universities from Andhra Pradesh, only Andhra University ranks amongst top 50, and Acharya Nagarjuna University ranks amongst top 100 universities in the country, apart from 3 other private universities. These rankings underscore the need for more state universities to scale up their performance and strive to find a place among top 100 ranking universities, if not top 50. And the NRF framework. The NEP 2020 also emphasizes the importance of quality assessment and accreditation mechanisms to ensure effectiveness and impact of innovation in education. Universities must strive to create academic environments that promote curiosity, critical thinking, and ethical values. Qualities should not be seen as an external requirement, but as an internal culture that guides everyday decision and long-term planning. Higher education plays a transformative role in society. It has the power to open doors, reduce inequalities, and enable social mobility. See, this word education is really a complex word. It is not easy to define education. If you are a law graduate, or if you are a commerce graduate or arts graduate, I am not prepared to call you as educated person. Swami Vivekananda says, education is training of the mind and not stuffing the brain. Education is training of the mind to face future challenges and not just by heart and get 100 out of 100. University is defined as a place of learning, and Vice Chancellors represent what? Wisdom. Andhra Pradesh has taken significant steps to support students from disadvantaged backgrounds through scholarships, fee support, and other welfare measures. These efforts have helped many young learners enter the higher education system. The next challenge is to ensure that all students who enter our universities are supported to succeed and complete their education with confidence and competence. Universities are encouraged to pay close attention to the needs of first-generation learners, students from rural and tribal areas, and those facing social and economic constraints. Academic mentoring, counseling, and supportive learning environments can make a meaningful difference. Inclusion must be reflected not only in enrollment figures, but also in student success and life outcomes. We are living in a time of extraordinary technological progress. Advances in artificial intelligence, digital technologies, automation, biotechnology, and clean energy are reshaping economies and societies at an unprecedented pace. In this context, higher education must remain forward-looking. Degrees are alone no longer sufficient. Students must be equipped with adaptable skills, digital literacy, and the ability to learn continuously. Here I would like to quote Nikos Kazantzakis, a Greek writer and philosopher who once said, and I quote, "Ideal teachers are those who use themselves as bridges over which they invite their students to cross. Then, having facilitated their crossing, joyfully collapse, encouraging them to create bridges of their own." Universities have a vital role in aligning education with emerging trends while preserving strong academic foundations, integrating practical skills, encouraging interdisciplinary learning, fostering innovation, and building partnerships with industry can help students navigate the evolving world of work with confidence. At the same time, education must continue to nurture creativity, ethical judgment, and social responsibility, qualities that technology alone can't replace. After all, they are machines. Here I am reminded of the wise words of our former President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I quote, "The purpose of education is to make good human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be created only by teachers. I am adding this word only. Effective governance is essential for strong institutions. Universities today are entrusted with greater autonomy, and with this autonomy comes a heightened responsibility to perform, innovate, and serve the public good. Transparent decision making, academic integrity, and responsible use of public resources are central to institutional credibility. Universities are encouraged to strengthen internal systems, review processes regularly, and adopt best practices in administration and academic planning. Collaboration amongst universities, regulatory bodies, and government agencies will be key to ensuring that policies translate into positive outcomes on the ground. Universities are not only centers of teaching, they are also engines of knowledge creation. Research, innovation, and global engagement enhance the vitality of higher education and contribute directly to the national and regional development. Andhra Pradesh has considerable potential to strengthen research in areas relevant to social needs, technological advancement, and sustainable development. Encouraging interdisciplinary research, supporting young researchers, and fostering innovation and entrepreneurship within campuses can create vibrant academic ecosystem. In an increasingly interconnected world, international collaboration is also essential. Partnerships with global institutions can enrich academic programs and expand research opportunities and expose students and faculty to diverse perspectives. Vice Chancellors occupy a position of great trust and influence, right? And I am very happy the way you are all selected Vice Chancellors, and I really compliment the government and our Education Minister in this regard. Your leadership shapes institutions, inspires faculty. Please listen to me carefully. Vice Chancellors occupy a position of great trust and influence. Your leadership shapes institutions, inspires faculty, and impacts the lives of thousands of students. As we move forward, I encourage each of you to reflect on how your institution contribute to stronger academic quality, greater inclusion and student support, future-ready education aligned with technological change, meaningful research and innovation, responsible and transparent governance. Progress may differ in pace across the institutions, I agree, but the direction must be shared and purposeful. You have to make a beginning. The future of Andhra Pradesh depends not only on physical infrastructure or economic investment, but on the strength of its human capital. Our universities are central to this mission. I am confident that the deliberations at the conference would lead to thoughtful leadership, collaboration, and a spirit of continuous improvement, help higher education in Andhra Pradesh to meet the challenges and opportunities of coming decades. Andariki dhanyavadalu. Jai Hind.
I thank Honorable Chancellor Sir for the words of wisdom. Now I request Honorable Minister to honor His Excellency Chancellor Sir.